and welcome to Getting to Know ACS with Tracy
and Jasmine.
So today we're going to be doing something a little different. Our guest is Deana Garcia.
Hey.
And I'll let her give you her title because I'll jack it up. But today, instead of talking about a specific program, we're actually going to talk about a building. And that building is the FRC, or the Family Resilience Center. So Deana, go ahead and give us your title, and then, tell us what's going on over at the FRC.
Oh my goodness. So I am the Supervisory ACS Specialist, and
she's in charge of something.
Just 4 programs. So I am the supervisor for Army Family Team Building, Army Family Action Plan, Army Volunteer Corps, and Mobilization and Deployment. So those are just a few, most of the programs that are in the Family Resilience Center, in addition to the Soldier Family Assistance Center. And I'm not the supervisor for that program.
Right.
Yeah. Mr. Kidd is for that one.
Okay.
But with the FRC, we have a lot going on. Even, with COVID, things have not stopped. Mobilization and deployment has been going full force this whole entire time. We have done, the pre-deployment briefings. We're still providing all the Soldier and Family Readiness Group trainings, supporting USASMA with the SLDC classes. So
okay, and so you just threw out a whole bunch of acronyms.
I'm trying to keep up. Like, all right, you got it. Like, you are good to go, girl.
If you don't know anything else, you know your acronyms. So you said. FRG, which it's a SFRG,
yes,
right?
Soldier and Family Readiness Group.
And then our SLDC class.
That is the Senior Leader Development course that is held through the Sergeant Major's Academy.
Right, okay. Which is USASMA.
Yes.
Oh, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See?
We all are.
We all are here to learn. That's what we're here to learn. So, okay, so you have those programs over there. So can you explain a little bit? Because, ACS, main ACS is located at 2494 Ricker Road. Mm-hmm. And then the FRC, which is the Family Resilience Center, they're located at
250 Club Road.
Right. And for anybody that's looking for that building, and I think I'm wrong when I say this, but this is how I always say. I'm like, it looks like the Alamo, but I don't.
It does.
Is that what the Alamo looks like?
I think so. When I see it, I think of the Alamo. So yeah.
It's an older building. So you're over there in charge of those programs. So mm-hmm. You mentioned mobilization and deployment, and of course we'll have someone come on and speak on them. But how does mobilization and deployment play into the families?
Oh my goodness, we play such a big role. With mobilization and deployment, we play a huge role with readiness as far as with the SFRGs. It used to be called Family Readiness Groups, FRGs.
Right.
And through the years, they've changed it, revamped it, and now it's the Soldier and Family Readiness Group. And so we offer multiple classes that educate that organization on the bylaws, the regulations of what they can and can't do.
Okay.
As far as if they want to do a fundraiser, if they have if they want to raise money for the group and they do activities for the soldiers. We have a class that we teach. It's called the CFRR, Command Family Readiness Representative.
Oh, okay.
And that used to be the frills. They were the Family Readiness Liaisons.
Oh, okay, yeah, the FRISs. Okay.
FRISs, yes. Yeah. And so with that, we will teach a green suitor also the rules and the regulations of what their role is. And so they are like an extension of the commander, and they're, help
right.
lead that group. So.
And I think that's good, to understand that, because one of the things, and, our listeners will know that you can't make spouses do anything.
Right. I should know I'm one of them.
You can't make family members do anything. But for those who are going to be involved with their soldiers' units or with the military, these are good classes for them so that they can understand what is actually going on. Because even with social media, some family members don't understand, why can't you post where you're at?
Exactly.
So during mobilization and deployment, they kind of explain that type of thing.
They do. So one of the things that mobilization deployment will do is like the pre-deployment briefings. And so we will go out to the units. We help coordinate. We bring other agencies such as legal, finance, not financial readiness, ACS, but finance, that will talk about some of the additional fundings that they might get depending on their location. That I say funding, but extra money, that money that they get sometimes when you deploy, so that the soldier can be ready, prepared. Hey, I'm going to get this extra money. Then we hit them with financial readiness with ACS, like, hey, financial readiness, let's invest that money, let's save that money, let's set up that budget. So we help. We're there before they deploy to give them those tools. Give them, hey, don't talk about where your soldier's going. Don't put, when they're returning. We do that through many ways. And then also when they come back from deployments with reintegration training. And that's where we will tap into. We will help coordinate. We'll bring in FAP, Family Action,
Yeah. Army Family Action Plan, AFTB.
Well, we'll bring in FAP to teach domestic violence classes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Yeah,
I should know that.
You should know that.
FAP. Oops. I'm detaching more and more every day.
It's hard.
It's hard.
We're working on it.
Okay. So, with having those different programs over there, so the FRC, what a lot of people don't realize is that is a very nice building.
So nice.
I know.
So nice. I'm a little jealous.
What's your favorite part?
They have a bathroom, but then they have like a chill area before you even get to the bathroom. Like
it's like a little lounge.
Yeah, like what is this? Go to work. No, I'm just kidding.
Like I'm just gonna hang out in the bathroom all day. In the chill area, as you say.
You should see the kitchen.
Oh, I did, and I was just like, luckily, I don't know how to cook. So
because that building is so nice, what else goes on when we're not in COVID?
So when the SFRGs that we were talking about, they can hold meetings there.
Okay.
And so that a lot of times they will schedule meetings. They can use the building for those trainings also. We offer trainings.
Right.
They can use those buildings for great events like that.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Quick question. Do you guys, I don't know if this falls under your line, but for the spouses where they're having the deploying soldiers, do you guys educate them on what they need to do before they leave, or is that somebody else?
So yes, what will happen is we have a program called USCs. Unit Service Coordinators. Okay. And so all of mobilization and deployment staff are USCs, and then we have additional USCs within ACS. And so what happens is when we get those dates and we're like, hey, your unit's getting ready to deploy, the USCs communicate with the command family readiness representatives.
Oh, I see.
And so we're like, oh, you're getting ready to deploy. Okay, make sure you schedule this briefing, and we kind of guide them on the deployment cycle. So we provide deployment cycle support for the family members and for the units. And we act as a guide through the whole deployment side. So, when they come back, we're like, when you come back, make sure you schedule this reintegration training so that we can pull in FAP, so that we can pull in finance, so that you can get those 2 mandatory briefings.
Right.
I see. Okay.
So it's really good because, for the longest, and like I said, we'll have someone from MOBDEP, but for the longest, I was like, MOBDEP is really just for soldiers. But really, when you get down into it, it's about the families, so the families know what to expect.
Absolutely. With the classes, we have soldiers and we have family members that attend those classes.
Right.
We also have the care team training that's just very important. And so we encourage everybody to sign up for that and take that.
So can you tell us a little bit what the care team training, what that is?
So that is going to provide guidance in the case that there is they lose a soldier.
A fatality.
Fatality in the unit, yes.
Okay.
And so we offer that each month. If the unit requests an additional one, we're happy to come out and teach that as well.
Okay. And then you also mentioned, and you can just speak a little bit on it, that the SFAC, which is the Soldier Family Assistance Center, is also located inside the FRC. So just kind of a brief overview of what that SFAC, what is the SFAC?
So they provide support for the soldiers. It used to be called Wounded Warriors. Now it's soldiers at SRU, Soldier Recovery Unit.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, you learned something new.
I know. There's like 2 things already.
Yeah. So with them, we have a representative that will help them with their benefits, help, guide them what they need to do as far as transition and retirement. We also have, if they financial, we'll pull in financial readiness if they need someone. We have an outreach coordinator with the SFAC. So right now, they're still there full string, and they provide support for any of the soldiers.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances, when the doors open, you'll see that kind of zen feeling when you come in. So,
Yes, it is very zen over there.
Yes, it is.
But part of that zen, there's a rumor. I had to touch on this.
Yes.
There's a rumor that building might be haunted.
Well, let's just say it took Deana a while to go in that building by herself.
Okay.
Deana was scared.
Yeah. But the building is a historic building.
It is.
So there is some history behind it. I know there's like a section of it that in the glass you can see the actual original brick or whatever that is.
Right by my office.
Yeah,
too.
right by your office. Oops, don't go looking for the brick and looking for Deana's office. But it does have some historical background. The building has been there for a while, and there have been, people have conducted, little ghost hunts in there.
I have heard that, yes.
Yeah, so they had permission to do it,
Of
so
course,
it was all good. But yeah, so there are we could tell some stories.
Yes,
but,
I could too.
But we'll save that for another day.
That's
we'll
another episode.
Yeah, that's Halloween.
That's Halloween. Yeah.
That's a Halloween
so
episode.
Excited.
Oh, okay.
Scary stories.
Oh yeah.
So I think when your building is open, when the FRC is actually, because it's open, but I should say when it's open to public,
Walk-ins.
to walk-ins. So what are some of the reasons why soldiers or family members would come over to the FRC?
So we have also a computer lab that is set up, nice little area too, that soldiers, the STs from the Soldier Recovery Unit, also family members can come over and use the computers, print things out. Our computer lab is usually not as busy as the one in 2494, so usually I know that if they're full, they would send them over here, and occasionally vice versa we would send, but since,
right. But that is an option when we do open the doors to everyone, that if they need to use a computer, and especially when you don't have access everywhere, because your computers do have access for CAT cards.
Yes, we do.
A common access card.
Acronyms.
So you do have access to that, so they can come in and use that.
Yes.
And as you said, they can sign out that area for them to have like can they have meetings over there, or?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
right now, not so much with these guidelines, but a lot of the SFRGs will hold meetings in the building, and so we offer that up.
Okay.
The opportunity.
So that's just wonderful. All the wonderful things that ACS does. So Deana, again, thank you so much for coming out and letting us know. But I have a question that I ask everyone before my producer starts throwing up a sign on me.
Oh goodness.
Had to get that in there.
We have to shout out Mr. Chris, right?
I know, Mr. Chris. So anyway, Deana, can you let me know or tell me what brings you joy working for ACS? What is one of those things that just makes you want to just like, oh, I love my job? If you love your job, I guess.
Well, I do.
I know.
I'm trying to think. So I guess all in all, when I took off the uniform as a soldier, there was a calling, and I just couldn't figure out what it was. And let me wrap this up. It's going to be a long story.
No, you can tell. You got time.
So, and I have worked for MWR for many, many years. And I know that when we had PCS to Fort Sill, and I had started working at ACS at Fort Sill. And from that moment on, I'm like, I'm home. This is where I need to be. So, being a part of something and putting back to the community, helping soldiers and family members, whether it's finding employment or helping them, guide them, learn new acronyms or volunteer opportunities, anything with ACS, supporting the community, I am all about. So
I love that you said ACS is home.
It's home. Yeah, y'all was stuck with me. I'm sorry. I ain't going nowhere unless I get fired.
Well, that's not going to happen, I'm sure.
I love my job. I truly do. I enjoy the challenges and the learning opportunities because each day you learn something new.
You really do. I mean, I learned some stuff today that, I just like, look at that.
I'm glad I could help you.
Educating. Did you learn something today, Jasmine?
Lots, yes. I honestly didn't know you guys did as much as you did for the families as well.
Oh, thanks.
So that's super cool.
You just thought it was just building with a nice bathroom.
Yeah, I was like, what?
We don't just sit there and
every time I go in there for training, I'm like, what do y'all do? Like, you guys.
We are working. Let me tell you, we are working.
They work hard.
Yeah, they work hard over there. They're busy.
But again, Deana, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for what you do for our families and for our service members, when they come to the FRC. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this up for the day.
Alrighty.
And again, don't forget, we are now on Facebook and we are on Instagram.
Yes.
I know I stole Jasmine's line.
Okay.
But but anyway, this is Tracy
and Jasmine. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell.
Bye.